What's up everybody, it's Jay here from Bearded Iron. Today we're talking about how to fast track your weight loss. I want to share with you 5 tips and tricks that helped me go from this to this. If you would like to achieve a similar transformation, then this video is for you. So, let's crack on. Tip number 1 is to change your shopping habits. You can't eat crap if you don't have crap in your cupboards to begin with. A quick and easy way to work out what you can and can't eat is simple. Just think to yourself, would my grandparents have eaten this? 50 years ago, our grandparents didn't buy Bernard Matthews turkey drummers. No, they bought turkey or chicken, probably from a butcher where it hasn't been pumped full of chlorine and water. So when you're at the supermarket, you want to spend most of your time in the whole foods. The supermarkets here in the UK tend to have their fruit and veg as close to the entrance as possible. Then you move to the fridge section where you can then buy meat and dairy and seafood and all the other proteins, and to be honest, there's no need to go any further. At that point you only get into the crisps and the biscuits and the processed food, which is just a shed load of calories that you don't need. If you want some further advice on what food to buy to make you feel fuller for longer, check out this video. On to tip number 2. This one is super easy, cheap and accessible to most people. And that is, drink plenty of water. Now, the majority of people trying to lose fat will have heard that water can be used to enhance weight loss and fat loss. Now, water isn't magic, it doesn't burn fat in any way, shape or form. What it does is keeps us hydrated so that we don't confuse hunger for thirst. It also helps us keep our belly full, especially if you drink plenty of water with a meal. And it also stops us from drinking our calories, which leads to a calorie deficit, which leads to weight loss. Tip number 3 is to increase your protein intake. Everyone knows that protein helps fill you up and reduces hunger. Protein is also much harder to digest, which gives us a thermic effect. Basically, it takes more energy to digest protein than it does carbs and fats. So essentially, it boosts your metabolism. Then we have the effect that protein has on building muscle, as long as you're hitting the gym hard and consistently. How often do you train, and do you work out at home or in a gym? Let me know in the comments, as it'll help steer which direction my next video goes in. And before we move on to tip number 4, if you are finding my content helpful, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm just coming up to 5,000 subscribers. I'd absolutely love to build a community around this channel to help and support each other going through a similar weight loss journey. So on to tip number 4. Tip number 4 ties into last week's cheat meal video, which can be found here. It's essentially a way to hack your next cheat meal. Next time you're heading out for a few beers and pizza with some mates, eat a small, low-calorie yet dense meal beforehand. Something like a bit of chicken and a load of veggies. This will essentially stop you from going overboard once you're out without requiring too much willpower. It could be the difference between you ordering a small pizza versus a large pizza, or a cheeseburger versus the double cheese bacon pulled pork heart attack burger. You know, these are the things that can really help you stay in that calorie deficit. On to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is to really lean into the caffeine. Now, I use caffeine for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that it's a stimulant, which means it gives you energy, which during a calorie deficit is super important. And number 2 is that it is an appetite suppressant, so it can help curb your hunger. But you need to ensure that you don't use and abuse caffeine too much, and you need to use it in moderation, as the benefits soon disappear once your body adapts to its new caffeinated state. So, there you have it. Short and sweet. Hope you found it helpful. And as always, Bearded Iron out.